Just here hanging out with my daughter, Cruz. Hey, Cruz, you want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to say hi? Okay. Oh, there's nobody here yet. But they're going to be showing up soon and we can answer their questions. Baba, should you wear a shirt?
No.
Why not? Oh, this girl is the best thing ever to happen to me. Way better than any hair transplant. Okay, she's taking off on the skateboard there. And yeah, so we're post-op day 3 here. And I thought I would just kind of stop in and say hi. I was doing a live stream earlier, but my phone started overheating. It's the first time I've ever had anything like that happen. So, yeah. Feel free to ask any questions that you have, and I'll just kind of talk about, yeah, show my hair and what's going on currently. There we are. That's my hair. Sorry, you might hear my daughter crying occasionally because she's learning how to skateboard. You okay, Bao? Cruz, you okay? Okay. Yeah, so you might hear her crying occasionally. Sorry about that. And yeah, I've been watching my friend Rolandis's updates as well. I think he had surgery on the same day as me. His hair looks really awesome too. And that's where mine's at. Yeah, so, man, I'll tell you what, this over here, where they did this, like doesn't even look like they did surgery there already. And here we are, just day 3. Super clean. Looks great. Like, look over there. That barely even looks like they did surgery. So I've just been going out today. I haven't worn a hat or anything like that. I've just been going around doing what I do. And honestly, like, nobody's even asked about, like, if I had surgery or anything. I don't think most people even know what hair transplants are. So only thing is people who know me, they're like, oh, David, you shaved your head. That's all anyone says. So here's the back of my head. I bet this probably, I can't see it, but I'm guessing this looks more like I've had surgery from the back of my head. There we go. Turn around here. So, I've been enjoying the new John Mayer song, Last Train Home. Have you guys heard that song? If you're gonna roll me, then you gotta roll me all night long. Bum, bum, ba-ba-dum. It's really good. All right, well, I'm not seeing anyone ask questions, just some people hanging out. So I don't know what to do if I'm just gonna. All right, I'll just show you Cruz because she's awesome. You're awesome, little one. She's way more entertaining than me. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Cruz? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going into a little bit of a dark area. All right, we got one question here. So let me see. Live chat. This live thing's pretty fun. I should do this more often. Hey, David, it looks amazing. Can't wait to see the results. Is it okay? Could you tell us who your doctor was for your first 2 hair transplant surgeries? I don't really like to discuss the doctor for the first 2 hair transplant surgeries because he's had his license revoked in both Ohio and now Tennessee, and has claimed that he is Jesus Christ and been committed to a mental institution against his will right after doing my second surgery, and allegedly was on lots of various illegal drugs and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, you just can search hair transplant surgeon, son of God on Google, and I'm sure you'll find out who that was. So I really don't like to name him by name because, yeah, also I hear that he threatens to sue people and stuff when they mention him. So I just leave him in the past where he is much better left. All right, what's up, guys? Some people showing up here. Is it common to use hair below the ears versus just the back? Well, below the ears. So you mean like nape hair, basically? I guess that's what you mean. So it says no worries. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, I think you know the answer. Is it common to use hair below the ears if it's just the back? I mean, yeah. So if you have enough grafts taken, they're probably going to end up having to go below the ears. But unfortunately, that's if you're doing FUE. If you're doing FUT surgery, they should never go below the ears. That should never happen. If they do that, then yeah, it could lead to really bad stretching, which that's what happened to me on that second surgery, is they went below the ears and took the hair from like there, which, you know, your neck stretches like this, so you're going to get way bigger scars that way. And then also that hair is much less strong, so it has a much better chance of falling out. So, but with FUE, sometimes they will take below the ears if they're trying to like get single hair grafts, like for the hairline to make it look very soft, but still that's not going to be your best hair, you know? So that's definitely not the first place you really want to go for hair. You want to go to the strongest center core areas. And for me, also there, like this area is really strong for me as far as, I've still got lots of grafts actually that can be taken from there, because I don't think they really, whoa, sorry, Cruz. I don't think they really took much from there. What's up, Bubbo?
So cute.
You're so scared? Oh, look at the little lightning bugs. They're beautiful. Do you see? You see the lightning bugs? Wow. You see? You see the lights? Super beautiful. Oh, you mean above the ears? Yeah. Above the ears there. Yeah, so again here, this is not going to be generally very strong hair right there. So that's not a normal place to go from. But here, definitely, yeah, you can take hair from this area right there. That can be really strong hair. In my case, there's really strong hair there. But I still haven't had a lot of grafts removed from that area. Roger says, can't wait to see the results. Okay, I'll bubble you. Can't wait to see the results. Do you usually swell up in the face? I did so much my first one. I get my second in October. Yeah, so I think that, sorry, power mode. How much swelling you have, I think has to do with two things from what I can tell. One, if you sleep correctly, so you should sleep after your surgery, you know, with your head sort of like a 45 degree angle, sort of. Okay, let's go this way. Like a 45 degree angle. You should make sure that you're basically sleeping, sitting up a bit. So that's going to help a lot with the swelling. But the other thing with the swelling is it really does have a lot to do with the surgeon, because certain surgeons, like one of the big parts of surgery that sort of gets left out is the numbing side of it and how that's done. And that's a really, really important part that's, I don't think, that easy to do really well. And so depending on the solution that's used during the numbing, that has a lot to do with how much swelling you have and how much of that solution they use. So for me, I've honestly not been that particular about how I've even slept. The first night, you know, I did sleep up, but the second night I wasn't that particular, and third night I wasn't at all. And as you can see, like I'm day 3, so this should be the worst day for swelling from everyone I've talked to. And I mean, I have very little swelling. Like there's some, but it's not enough that I think your average person would even have any idea that I was swelling, you know? So I think that has a lot to do with the surgeon and how they numb you, from what I can tell. Oh, there you go. Sorry, my daughter can be a bit whiny at this time at night. Hey, Cruz. Oh, you're so scared? Why are you so scared? Why do you think Matt Dominant's what do you think about Matt Dominant's beard transplant? Would you get one yourself? Oh, I didn't know he did a, I'm tempted to look into your doctor. My doctor said he doesn't count grafts, just whatever is part of what he takes, only 2 months in. Huh. Yeah. I used to be kind of okay with the idea of not counting grafts, but I don't think it's smart anymore. I think you should count grafts. So, and a lot of doctors say that. They're the ones that generally aren't like using microscopes. So I'd find out, Roger, if your doctor uses microscopes or not, because all doctors should use microscopes. And if you use microscopes, you should definitely know how many grafts you're getting. But I didn't know because the doctor who did my first 2 surgeries doesn't use microscopes. And so he used these, like, the grafts were way, way bigger. And yeah, it was just not as well done. And I now know that, but I didn't know as much back then. So definitely did not know. You learn as you go. What do you think about Matt Dominant's beard transplant? What do you mean beard transplant? Did he get some hair taken from his beard into his head? I've not seen that. I mean, somehow I missed that about Matt. So I got some hair taken from my beard and put into my scar, my FUT scar, by Dr. Mwamba. He did that. And yeah, that was cool. I mean, it was super easy. Healed up like within a day or so. Wasn't noticeable at all, even right after the surgery that I'd had that done. So because the neck is super vascular and heals really fast. So I think taking beard, it can be really expensive, and it's quite difficult to do from what I understand. It's more difficult than taking head hair. It can just be a lot like more tricky, the surgeons that I've talked to. But yeah, it can work out. So I've already got tons of beard hair, so I definitely don't need to get hair transplanted. Oh, he took hairs from his neck and put it in his beard. Yes, you can totally do that. Yeah. I have tons. I have like great beard already everywhere. Like I have plenty of hair. I was blessed with an amazing, like, I love my facial hair and I don't want to change it at all, other than maybe removing a few grafts from the very bottom of my neck. Sorry, I'm like carrying a little girl too who's sleeping on me. Good night, Bao Bao. Wan-an? My daughter's half Chinese, so she speaks Chinese. 你会说中文吗? 你会说中文吗? No, you don't? Okay. All right, Daddy's gonna say a couple more things and we're gonna get going. Is 2,400 grafts too much for one FUE session? No, 2,400 grafts is definitely not too much. I think most large FUE sessions, like if really, from what I understand, kind of done ethically, are around that, are around this sort of like 2,000 to 3,000 graft kind of sessions on a person with good donor hair. So, 2,400 is, I have good donor hair, and so 2,400 is yeah, very reasonable. What's not as reasonable is like 5,000 grafts on everyone. And honestly, it's just very taxing, it's like very taxing to take out these FUE grafts. So you need a lot of, people can get tired, like surgeons can get tired or techs can get tired and all that sort of stuff. So you need a really good team to do any kind of larger cases, and they need to all be very good. Okay, Baba, are you gonna go to sleep in the street? Hello from Switzerland. Are you on oral minoxidil? Yeah, I'm on oral minoxidil. I am. David, coupon code. I don't have a coupon code, but I'm sure they'll do you well.
No.
Same thing with my FUE. I found out about the microscopes 2 days after my surgery and realized that my surgeon didn't use them for FUE. Yeah, so that's really bad. So the other thing about microscopes, which makes it really important, is you can dense pack much better because you can cut the hairs down. And so you can cut away like extra tissue that's not needed and everything if you're doing that under microscopes. And so you can dense pack the hairline much better if you're using microscopes. Oral finasteride. No, I take oral, like I take a pill, finasteride, and I take a oral minoxidil. It's a combination pill. It's got oral minoxidil and oral finasteride. All right, we're gonna answer like 2 more questions and I have to get going. What's up, Switzerland? Finasteride isn't necessary for hair transplants, right? I started having sides after 1.5 years of use. Okay, finasteride is... Baba, can you stop whining? Can you please? Okay, okay, I'm gonna take you back home, okay? And we'll eat some good food. You wanna eat some apple? You want some apple? You want apple? Okay, we'll go get apple. Yeah, so if you're significantly balding, like if you got some, like, this isn't just like, oh, like I've got just a tiny bit of temporal recession and I'm 45 years old. That's a little bit different. I think you could probably get away with not taking finasteride if you're like that age and you just have very minor recession. But if you're young and you've got some pretty obvious recession and male pattern baldness in your family, then unfortunately, having hair transplants and not taking finasteride is probably not a good idea. It's going to be just, you're going to end up probably having more hair transplants than me and a worse result, because I got off of finasteride for 3 years. because of my fears of finasteride and stuff. I didn't have any side effects, but I was just kind of scared because of all the stuff that I read that you guys have read. And yeah, I really regret that I got off of finasteride because I lost a lot of hair then, and I lost a lot of ground. So I would highly suggest that if it's not finasteride, then try like a topical dutasteride. Some guys don't have hair transplants with a topical dutasteride. I mean, sorry, not hair transplants, don't have side effects with a topical dutasteride. So if you go to Dr. Mwamba's site, he sells topical dutasteride, and you only have to put it on a couple times per week. I think it's like 2 or 3 times a week, 2 milliliters, I think it is, if I remember the dosing correctly. And yeah, so he sells it. I think his website is fueclinic.com. I don't have any financial association with him whatsoever, but yeah, that might help you out. So if you had side effects from finasteride, you need to use something that's going to stop that, whether it's topical finasteride or topical dutasteride. Might work even better because I've heard a lot of good things about that, but I have no personal experience with it. So my daughter's fading away. So fueclinic.com, I think he sells topical dutasteride. You can talk to him and prescribe it for you and everything. All right, guys, so I'm gonna head out because my daughter wants an apple. And you guys are not as cute as her, no offense. I'm sure maybe some of you think you are, but I'm just kidding. All right, do you think Rolando's screwed? Do you think Rolando has screwed up his donor with 6,500 grafts FUE? No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that. I don't think I would want to make that kind of judgment. You know, we'll be having more grafts into the FUE scar in the future. Also, how many do you think you would take it to make barely noticeable when you shaved it short? I might have some more grafts put in my FUT scar in the future. I'm kind of curious because my FUT scar is actually looking better than ever now because they poked it and they kind of like got some more kind of blood circulation going to it during this FUE surgery. Like they messed with it basically and like helped sort of heal it by like not grafting into it, but like using the puncture thing to puncture it and to get blood going there. So it's looking better than ever. But who knows? I might just kind of for fun. I mean, my FUT scar doesn't bother me, but yeah, I enjoy making these videos about the process and helping you guys. So if I've got a surgeon that I trust that will do it for free for me, then why not just work on the FUT scar? Come on, Bao Bao. I'm going to get you some apple. All right, one more question, and then I got to go because I got to put my girl to sleep. You're welcome, Roger. Yeah, I'm excited about these results from the surgery. Yeah, so sorry, and go back one more time. I'm going to head out, just last question. As far as Rolandus and his FUE surgery, I trust Rolandus because Rolandus is like obsessed with hair transplants, you know? Like, and I say that in a good way. Like he's very detailed. And so if he's confident that he's going to be okay with his donor, then I think he probably will be. And then the thing is, it's all relative. Like, I'm sure he can grow out his hair enough on the sides that it's not going to be an issue. So maybe he can't do every single hairstyle in the world, you know, with his donor after the way it is now. Maybe he can. I don't know, again. But it's all a compromise, you know. But is his hair on the front of his head going to look awesome? Yeah, so who cares, you know? Like, maybe he's a little bit more limited options after having all those grafts removed with his hairstyle. You're so cute. Mwah. All right, can you say bye-bye to everybody? Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say, I'm going to eat apple.
I'm going to eat apple.
Say, 晚安.
晚安.
Want to say anything else in Chinese? Say, 再见.
再见.
Say, 我爱你.
我爱你.
Yeah. Say, 我爱你们.
我爱你们.
Yeah. All right, see you guys later. Lots of love to all of you.